Quote, I'd like to be here for my career, but if things don't pan out, obviously, I might have to move in a different direction and do what's best for me. That's Angel Reese speaking to the Chicago Tribune in an article that became scathing as she commented on the fact that she wants to play with stars, that a coach needs to be tougher on the roster as it exists, and that there's not enough talent around her. A quote that then got back to her, an article that got back to her teammates, and her teammates reacted as such, that caused Angel Reese to then go in and talk to her team. And even in her apology, Angel Reese came out and said, I don't think I'm frustrated. I'm probably just frustrated at myself right now. I think the language is taken out of context. I want to apologize to my teammates. She also said she didn't intentionally mean to put down any teammates. Caroline, I just don't even know how to process this when you do an article with the Chicago Tribune and you sit there and say that you are surrounded by players that you don't think are good enough and that you may have to go somewhere else to have better talent around you. And then even in your apology, instead of just saying, yeah, I let my emotion get the best of me and I said some things I shouldn't have. Stop. End of apology. Instead, it becomes, it was taken out of context, and I don't think they got what I mean. Read the quotes. Like, there's very little you can take out of context when you're sitting there talking about you don't have enough talent around you, and you're currently on a team with people that will read that. Caroline, I don't know what Angel Reese expects or why she consistently, when she does say things that are controversial, why she consistently goes to blame everybody but herself for just misusing the platform that she has.
Yeah, I understand if she's saying that wasn't her intention, but that's how it came across. And when you are somebody with a platform like Angel Reese has, when she is the face of that organization, you have to understand the impact of your words. And I will say that about any athlete, especially an athlete that is, become the face of a league or the face of a franchise, which is exactly what Angel Reese is in Chicago. And look, Angel Reese is a lightning rod. Whatever she says, whatever she does gets reaction. Some of that is created from her own doing because she does say sometimes some very dramatic things. Sometimes part of that is just the court of public opinion. That no matter what she says, no matter what she does, people are going to hate her for it. Whether you think that's right or wrong or unfair or indifferent, it is what it is. Now, looking at some of the quotes that Angel Reese said, some of the things I don't disagree with her. She said, quote, I'm not settling for the same stuff, I'll use a PG word there, we did this year. We have to get good players. We have to get great players. That's a non-negotiable for me. I'm willing and wanting to play with the best. And however I can help to get however I can help to get the best here, that's what I'm going to do this offseason. Now, there's some things that I agree with there, and there's some things that I absolutely do not agree with there. She's saying, I'm not settling for the same stuff we did this year. Chicago is one of the worst teams in the W. Good. You shouldn't be settling for those things. I have no problem with Angel Reese calling out her team and saying, we have to do better. I want to do better. But for her to say that we need to get better players, you can't say that publicly. If you want to have that conversation behind closed doors with management and say, look, we need to upgrade talent here, here, and here, and this is how I think we can do that, that's fine. But going on the record and basically calling out your teammates and saying they're not good enough, I think is such a bad look. But I think it's a good thing that Angel Reese is pissed off that they're not good enough. She should be. She is a competitor. I think if she said, however I can help the team get there versus however I can help to get the best here, I think that's showing, hey, look, I want to do whatever I can as a leader on this team to make this team better versus it's your job to get better players in here. She also said it's going to be very, very important this offseason to make sure that we attract the best of the best because we can't settle for what we have this year. Again, the sentiment I agree with. We have to get better. We can't keep doing the same things that we were doing. But the messaging feels very anti-team versus we want to be better in in next season.
There are quotes from this article. When she was asked about Courtney Vandersloot, she said she doesn't think she's capable of returning at the age she's at. We need someone probably a little younger with some experience, somebody who's been playing in the game, willing to compete for a championship, has done it before. She's attacking a teammate, whether she sees it that way or not. She called out other teammates as not being good enough specifically. And Caroline, look, anyone that's ever been in a relationship, you know this. If the girl that you're dating walks in and she's wearing a dress that looks terrible and you say, oh, my God, you look fat. Well, then if she gets her feelings hurt and you turn around and say, I'm sorry if my comment hurt your feelings, what'd you expect it to do? That's my problem here is that once, twice, 3 times, 4 times, how many times has this happened where Angel comes out afterwards and says essentially she was mischaracterized or misquoted or people are demonizing her? I don't want any of those things. I think Angel Reese is great for the WNBA. I think it's important that she continue to build up it as a star. The more stars, the better. I think this is important. I love Angel Reese being part of the game. We can admit that. Stop point. Say, I support everything that Angel's trying to do. Stop point. New point. I think Angel absolutely misuses her microphone all the time. And instead of ever A, learning from it, or B, coming out and trying to do better, or C, just taking the easy path. Learn how to do coach speak. Learn how to just not say anything. That's what most athletes do for a reason. Instead of doing any of that, she gets quoted directly in an article in the Chicago Tribune and then turns around and says, well, I think they really mischaracterized the tone of what I'm saying. I'm sorry, Caroline. You and I have worked together for a while. If you turn around and you go to a media publication and you trash my ability, I don't care how that's going to be characterized. That's going to make me feel some kind of way. And I have every right as your teammate to come in and say, what in the hell are you doing? Her teammates have every right, and she can stand up and apologize for it. She can apologize to her coach, who she also questioned the article, his approach. He's had to answer questions about that. Now you have everybody sitting at a microphone answering questions about Angel Reese. And instead of just for once, for the love of God, standing up and saying, boy, did I screw that up. Angel Reese did what Angel Reese always does. Yeah, I screwed it up, but not really my fault. Yeah, it is. It is your fault. And at some point, I don't want Angel Reese to be the villain because it's a tiring stereotype that we're doing through all of this. It's exhausting. I want Angel Reese to be appreciated. But how do we ever appreciate Angel Reese if she can't just say, I'm sorry, and stop?
Yeah, and understanding the impact of your words, understanding that you can get a message across without being accusatory and without throwing other people under the bus. Because I do wonder what the front office feels, how the front office feels, because it's not only the fact that Angel Reese is saying these things, it's in the middle of the season. Like there's still time left in the regular season in the W. So it's the fact that she's saying these things, period. And that is bad enough. But also, I don't have the schedule pulled up in front of me. The Chicago Sky probably play, at some point and from now until Sunday. Like they're going to have to be in a locker room and getting ready and game plan and play a game with all of this kind of hovering over their heads, with all of these players thinking, well, I mean, like Angel's the star on this team. She called us out. Am I going to be here a week from now? Do I have a job a week from now? So I do wonder how the front office feels about this, how the front office is going to proceed. Because whether you like Angel Reese or not, there's plenty of people that don't. That's your own prerogative. Angel Reese is an outstanding player. Like Angel Reese is a top 10 player in the WNBA, and there's no way that you can slice or dice it and argue any way differently. So how does Chicago proceed? A team that has underachieved, a team that historically their star players have called them out. Candace Parker has kind of called the franchise out. Sylvia Fowles has kind of called the franchise out of falling short of expectations. What does the organization and how does the front office proceed with this? I'm not absolving Angel Reese of blame anyway in the slightest. That's not the point that I'm making. I do wonder, where do you go next from here? How do you try and kind of put this PR fire out and proceed and actually be a contending team in the future?
They played last night. 18 points, 13 boards for Angel Reese. She was absolutely dominant. They beat a terrible Connecticut Sun team. Like that is this is the thing with Angel. And like you get what you get. You're going to get a player that can absolutely dominate the boards. You're going to absolutely get you're going to get somebody that is a powerful impact player in the paint for this league. There's no doubt about it. But you're also going to get everything else, because it should be noted that she got a technical foul last night. What does that mean from the technical foul? Well, she's now eclipsed the limit, which means she's going to be suspended for their next game. Now, they're appealing it to try and get the foul reversed, but yet again, she's had enough technicals that she's going to be suspended for their next game, which would be against the Fever. Like, these are the sorts of games that the league scheduled. Look, I know we don't have Caitlin right now, and we all understand that, but these are the games that were scheduled for a reason. They were scheduled to be these absolute moments. And in every single sport. I don't care if we're talking about men's or women's. I don't care what sport we're talking about. There is a what is the wins above replacement for all of it. Is it worth the drama is a question that is constantly asked. And as great as Angel is on the court, I think there's a real question of if the toxicity that comes with the media coverage and with the teammate is actually worth it, especially when you're calling your teammates out that way.